Director. I received a press release from the Government Finance Officers Association, and the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting has been awarded to the City of Avon Lake by Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada for its comprehensive and annual financial report, which is CAFR. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Presley, and he's going to thank a number of people with whom he works. Mr. Presley.
Mr. Presley.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that, and I can't take responsibility for it all myself. I would like to thank the ladies of the Finance Department, Mary Jo Nielsen, Karen Hutcherson, and Sue Maurer, along with all the department heads and yourself, Mayor, and Council, who we work together, getting all of the information, following the rules and the ordinances the ORC has required, and it makes the audit that much easier to do, and then we're acknowledged by the receipt of that certificate. So I thank all of you, and we'll continue to do the best job we can to ensure we get those in the future.
We appreciate your efforts and that of your department.
Thank you. I move to authorize the mayor to execute the notice of award for the 2019-2023 trash contract on trash collection bid to Kimball Recycling and Disposal Incorporated of Dover, Ohio, ultimately subject to the execution of a contract between Kimball Recycling and the city.
Discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is the culmination, or at least the partial culmination of the second round of using the market to identify our trash hauler for Avon Lake. A number of years ago, in 2012 and 13, Avon Lake joined what is now known as the Lorain County Solid Waste Consortium, bid out the contract for Avon Lake trash collection, selected a trash hauling company, and entered into a contract for 5 years. We've come up on the end of that 5 years, and as part of that process, Avon Lake, through the Lorain County Solid Waste Consortium, bid the contract out again for the next 5 years. The results of that bid were opened and evaluated by the consortium and the administration, and the recommendation of the consortium and the administration for the lowest and best bid is Kimball Recycling and Disposal Incorporated of Dover, Ohio, as follows. For a 96-gallon trash container and a 64-gallon recycled container and yard waste collection from March through December in the amount of $73.11, and for a 64-gallon trash container and a 64-gallon recycling container, as well as yard waste collection from March to December in the amount of approximately $71 per quarter. This was the lowest and best bid of the three companies that did provide bids to the consortium. The two other respondents, notably, did not offer yard waste, and so were deemed to be not responsive to the bid. I think most residents will agree that living in Avon Lake, it is absolutely necessary to have yard waste collection. There are a number of upsides to Kimball Recycling and Disposal. In particular, this new trash collection system will modify the way that we collect waste with respect to what had been known as bulk week. It'll be moved to a more unlimited pickup to help residents with weeks in which they have trash that goes beyond a 64-gallon or 96-gallon pickup. Carpets or furniture or other kinds of things will be available to be left at the roadside, including just black trash bags. And certainly more detail will be coming from the administration, from the city, in Kimball Recycling in the coming weeks, provided that this motion passes. Does come with some changes. Of course, new contractors or new changes. One of them would be that it is possible Avon Lake will not have trash collection every Monday night. Every Monday rather, but possibly a few times during the week, 2 or 3 times, hopefully Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Perhaps there's the chance that it may remain Monday, but that is something that the administration needs to work out with Kimball if this is approved to determine when exactly Avon Lake's trash collection will occur. And then finally, of course, this is an increase. We can't deny that. We certainly can't minimize that. It is an increase, but a few things need to be stated about this increase to $73.11. First of all, taking into account inflation over the past 5 or 6 years, this isn't nearly as high. Certainly, there's been inflation over a number of years. Secondarily, this will lock in prices for the next 5 years. I think that's very important because while inflation will continue, this price will not change for the next 5 years, and I think that's very important. That's a win for our residents. And then finally, there could be some other changes with respect to this. I've mentioned the changes in unlimited bulk pickup, but changes in customer service where we have a local company located in Dover, Ohio. It's the Akron-Canton, Ohio area that are familiar with Avon Lake and so are poised to provide good customer service to the residents of Avon Lake. So while it comes with some changes to the price, I think there's some additional changes that merit some of that change. In light of that, Mr. President, the administration has recommended that we accept the bid, provide a notice of award to Kimball. This is a matter that's been discussed by the Public Services Committee, who has agreed unanimously with the administration and recommended to City Council that we agree to provide the notice of award to Kimball Recycling and Disposal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Questions with the motion for the collection bid to Kimball Recycling and Disposal of Dover, Ohio? Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. One of the challenges we've had over the last 5 years is with bulk pickup. And we had a little problem with our current company we're working with, asking if we could switch the week. We agreed to do that, and then they failed to notify residents in a timely manner as they promised, which created some problems. But under this contract, you can create your own week for bulk pickup. So the second week of pickup, you can put your materials out, and actually it's about the size of these desks. It's 2 cubic yards, which is 3 by 3 by 6. So that gives you an idea about how much you can put out. You can put out black plastic bags. That's fine as well. And let's say that you get a mattress on the third week. Well, you have 2 choices. You can put it in your garage until the next month, because you only get one bulk pickup a month, or you can call Kimball and you can arrange for that mattress to be picked up for a $15 fee. So we have a situation where there's flexibility in that, and it's something you can manage. Now, I'm the kind of person who will hang on to the mattress for 3 weeks and put it in my garage, make it part of the bulk pickup, but you'll have that flexibility, and that is going to be something very helpful. We have had a great deal of frustration with the current vendor. When you call, you get an operator in Houston, Texas, and they know nothing about our contract, and they were steering people in a very uninformed way towards a more expensive option in terms of bulk pickup and so forth, whereas we're going to have operators from Northeast Ohio, and there are far fewer clients that they have. They'll be more versed in the contract, and I think we're going to see that that's going to work much more efficiently. And it's going to be a lot less stress and tension on people here at City Hall who receive the calls and try and work things out. Certainly, the terrible winds Sunday created a problem for every trash pickup company. And, that's just Mother Nature doing what Mother Nature does, and we just have to, accept that. I was picking up bottles and cans through my front yard that weren't mine, but that's just what you do. So there's some things we can't control, and one is Mother Nature, but we can control the parameters of the contract, and we feel that we acted in a responsible manner. We followed the bidding process. We did it in a very ethical way, and that's very important for a city to maintain its reputation. When it goes out for bid, it's going to stand by the bidding process and honor it. And I think that's very important here because we think we've got a very good vendor who's going to treat us well for the next 5 years. And as Councilman James suggested, the real wild card here is is yard waste. But we have a yard waste contract for 5 years, and other people in the area are not necessarily going to have that solidified, and that might change significantly for them, possibly putting them at a higher cost. And so I'm very pleased to recommend this to council.
Mayor, are you gonna have a meeting on this for residents again? It's gonna be March 11th?
Yes, sir. It's on Monday
Remember
night,
now,
March
sir.
11th at the Avon Lake High School Performing Arts Theater. And it's from 6 to 7 o'clock. It's a Monday night. That's the only time we can get it. And it will be all the information you would ever want to know about the trash pickup.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is an ordinance that will enter into an agreement with the West Winds Association to acquire a very small strip of land between Bayview Drive and Recitar Park. Up to this point, there's been access to Recitar Park from Bayview, but it's been on land owned by the West Winds Homeowners Association. The association has kindly allowed the public to access Recitar Park over the years, but it's been through a strip of land in between two houses that's unpaved, often muddy. Sometimes it's closed as the Homeowners Association maintain that area. This will formalize that access to Recitar Park. In agreement for this land, the city is agreeing to install a concrete sidewalk between Bayview Drive and Recitar Park. I think that's much needed and desired by both the Homeowners Association and residents. This will make it far easier to bicycle or take strollers or wagons in and out of the park. So this is a agreeable, a desirable agreement by the Homeowners Association, by the citizens, by the residents, and by particular by the residents of Ward 1, the ward I represent. I am so pleased to see this, and I want to personally thank the mayor and his administration, the Public Works Department, Joe Wrights, for facilitating this. This is a long time coming, and I'm so happy to see this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good, sir.
Mayor, Mr. President, and council members and staff, Don Johnson, 412 U.S. Grant, LaGrange, Ohio, an employee of Kimball Recycling and Disposal. And on behalf of the Kimball family, family-owned and operated business, and the employees of Kimball Recycling and Disposal, we are extremely excited. And I thank you for your confidence in us, and we will work very closely with the city to set things up the proper way with public education, and work with the mayor and the staff to make the transition very, very smooth for the residents in the city of Avon Lake. And I thank you very much.